Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. I have been receiving quite a few messages from you guys through Instagram, Facebook, and even email asking me the question, hey Wolf, recently my girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with me and I went no contact. Will it work? Will no contact work? Now, my answer is always the same. It depends. And I thought it was appropriate for me to record a video on this topic to hopefully provide you with some answers. So why do I say it depends? Let me give you a little bit of context. I remember when one of my girlfriends broke up with me, I wanted to get her back. That was the only thing that I cared about. So I went on the internet trying to look for ways to get my ex back. Now, of course, I end up discovering the no contact rule. And there's people talking about that after a few months, your ex will reach out to you, blah, 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 blah. But it gave me hope, right? I thought, that might be a good tactic to get back my ex. So just let me try that, right? Now, as time passed, I came to understand that, maybe I don't even want her back. I was focusing on my own life. I was, going to the gym, meditating, journaling, creating, meeting new people, getting out there, I also knew that I had to spend time and energy onto myself. I had to refocus the energy onto myself. I had to give myself the attention that I used to give to my ex-girlfriend, right? I had to reclaim this energy and I had to rebuild a part of my identity again, because when you go into a relationship with someone, part of your identity becomes so enmeshed with your partner's identity that when you break up, this can cause some kind of identity crisis even, right? But so after a while, I started to feel like maybe no contact is really not about getting your ex back, but way more about forcing yourself to keep your attention on your own life, to not leak it into your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend's life, to keep the energy and focus for yourself, because you respect yourself enough to take care of yourself instead of always wanting to keep your ex in mind, right? Always looking to reach out, always looking for ways to get him or her back. And after a while, I realized I have been spending so much time focusing on my own life that I don't really want her back. And that realization hit me very, very hard. And that's when I came to understand that the no contact rule, no contact, absolutely works depending on what your goal is. So my answer to this question, no contact, will it work? It depends. It depends on whether you want to get your ex back or whether you want to get your life back, right? And in the latter case, if you want to get your life back, then the no contact rule absolutely works, because it just forces you to look at your own life and to refocus your attention on yourself. There is no way you can reach out. There is no way you can gain information or access to your ex. And that is precisely what it's supposed to do. That is precisely what it will teach you. It will teach you that you are okay by yourself, and it will force you to allow time to pass, because it is necessary for time to pass. Right after a breakup, the only thing you want is to get back with your ex, especially if they broke up with you. So in my case, what it taught me is that if enough time passes, and I really believe this, guys, if enough time passes, then you will realize that you are okay without your ex. You're going to be okay without your ex. And you will meet someone new who is a better match for you at that stage in your life, right? The breakup happened because you were not the right match for you two at that stage in your life. Maybe you had different goals, different dreams, different aspirations, different personalities, whatever it is, like different traumas. There's all sorts of reasons why breakups end. And that is okay. You will find someone who is a better match for you at this moment in time or later, because maybe right now, for me, for example, I have felt many times that I was not ready for a committed, serious relationship. And it's okay to give yourself that time. It's okay to heal, because you don't want to take your pain and your suffering into your next relationship. You really don't, because it's going to get ruined anyways. It's not going to work. So take the time you need to heal, and no contact allows for that time. It allows for that space. So in that case, it will absolutely work. And I highly recommend you try it out. And of course, initially, it's good to get into the no contact rule because you want to get your ex back. That is how I got into it. And it proved to be very, very effective, because after a few months, I found myself not wanting to get back anymore, because I realized it's actually better like this. And most people who talk about the no contact rule to get your ex back, I feel like they're not yet past the stage where they really let go. If I speak from personal experience, I would advise someone to get into the no contact rule to get their ex back if I were in a state where I didn't fully let go of my ex still, and I wanted to hold on to the hope of getting back together again. And I've been there. I have felt like I still hold on to my ex-partner. I still want her back. I still think of her, and I still hope that things will get back to normal again. But they won't. They really won't. And I've had experiences where I ran into them and I realized, wow, I'm so happy that I spent all this time processing and healing and not reaching out, because now I can see them and know that actually I don't want to get back together. There were a lot of things in the relationship that were not working. And when you break up, you tend to forget about those. So that's why, for example, personally, I like to keep a list of things that I didn't particularly like. And when I missed my ex-girlfriends, I would pull up that list and read it and be confronted with the reality that, I am turning her into this ideal fantasy. I'm turning my ex into an ideal fantasy, and it's not reality. And I've ran into a few of them where I realized that when I saw them, like, I was thinking to myself, wow, in my head they were so much more beautiful than they are actually in actuality. Like, your ex is just someone, like they're just a girl or a guy, and for all the rest in the world, they are just that. They're not super special. They're just people you meet somewhere, right? For you, of course, they are way more important, because you spend so much time together. You invested so much emotional energy, emotional and spiritual energy in one another. So of course they are relevant to you. They are special. They know you. You feel like they know you, etc., right? But for other people, they're just random people. Maybe they are a little bit more attractive than the general population. And even if that's not the case, like, imagine that you would meet the girlfriend of one of your friends. Like, to you, she's just a girl. Or imagine you meet the boyfriend of one of your best girlfriends. To you, he's just a guy, and you're happy for them that they like each other, but they are not special to you. That's because you were never in a relationship with them. So I ran into a few of my exes, and I had enough time to heal and to understand that, okay, I actually really don't want to get back together again. And in my mind, in my fantasy, they were so much more attractive than they are in real life, or at least like right now. And that's great. That's a good thing. I was very happy for that experience. And I really think that letting go is never a bad thing. It's never something you will regret. I don't think that there is anyone who ever got over an ex, like really got over an ex and moved on with their lives, and then like 5 years down the lane, all of a sudden regret, like, oh, I regret so much moving on from that girlfriend or boyfriend. I regret it so much. I don't think that that happens. Like, if you truly move on and let go, then there will be no regrets. It's only because you hold on to the hope. It's only because you didn't fully let go yet that you think you will regret it. Because if you move on, that's on you. Like, it's a benefit for you. When you move on, you free yourself from the past, and you allow yourself to open up to something new, right? That's something that I think is really important, at least for me. when I realized that I'm just bullshitting myself when I tell it, oh, but what if I move on and I regret it? It's not gonna happen. It's because you're afraid. It's because you're scared to move on. It's because you're scared. And that's okay. You can be scared. I have been scared many times in my life. Many, many times. And I probably still will be, right? But you're bullshitting yourself. So moving on is, I think, always a good thing that you will never regret. So will no contact work? No contact. Will it work? Guys, if you ask me this question, you can expect my answer to be, it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to get your ex back, I don't know. I don't think so necessarily. Maybe in a few cases. But I think working on yourself is always your best bet, because you will improve your communication skills, you will improve your social skills, you will improve your identity, your hobbies, your goals, everything will be improved. So that will maximize your potential to get back with your ex if you would want to, because if you allow enough time to pass, you most likely will not want to. And so no contact, will it work? If you want to get back your life instead of your ex, absolutely. Absolutely, it will work. So I hope that helped. I hope it provided you with some interesting perspectives, because I know what it's like. I really do. It's breakups, they're one of a kind, and they can be so painful, so brutal. But if you look back on your breakups in hindsight, if you look back on your breakups, they will always be a source of tremendous power, of tremendous strength. When I look back on my breakups, they were transformative events that always caused me to level up, to reach a new level in my personal development. And they will for you too, I promise. Trust me, you will be okay. You are more resilient than you think you are. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon.